Virgo, thanks for visiting. This is your reading for March the 25th to March the 31st. And if you like this reading, please like, subscribe, leave a comment if you would like to. I don't mind what you do. I'm just going to start, well, I do mind what you do, don't be a troll. I'm just going to start your reading right now for Virgo. Of course you're not a troll, you're lovely. The first card you have for your past is the Nine of Swords, yes. Yeah. I'm actually seeing responsibility in this card. You had some great big responsibility and I think it kind of just landed on you. And I don't think you're unhappy about the actual thing that you had to do. It was something you cared about. You kind of cared about this thing or this person or whatever this responsibility was. Might have been a person. It was a huge thing, but it wasn't a burden. I'm not seeing that. It was just something that made a lot of work for you, I think. Now I am feeling a big drain about this, and it's around this, and it's kind of an emotional drain. I think you might have even found it really hard to, do other things, concentrate on other things. But I think you just had to keep going. You just had to do whatever you had to do. And I think other people were relying on you as well, obviously at work and in other areas of your life as well. So you couldn't just drop the ball and run away, even though you might have felt like that's what you wanted to do. Now, what I'm seeing here is that you really needed people who you could rely on. But I think for you, you might have been a bit frustrated as well, because I think there was someone around you who you felt should have been helping you. You should have been able to rely on this person, but they weren't stepping up to what they should have been doing. Now, I don't think they've actually said to you, they didn't say anything like, oh, I won't help you, I'm not going to help you. It's not like that. I think it's like, this is the sort of person who says the right things. So it's like they say, oh yes, I'll help you, I'm here, you're wonderful, you're amazing, I'll do whatever you say. Oh yes, I'll do that. Not that you want them to do whatever you say, but I'll help you, I'll do this, I'll do that. But then their actions don't match up with what they're saying. So they might be promising things and not doing the actual things. It might be something like that. But I think that it was done in a kind of a way that was really difficult to say anything to them, or difficult to kind of pinpoint what they were doing wrong. Because on a surface level, I think they were looking to everyone and sounding as if they were doing all the right things, and especially in front of other people, I think. But you knew what was really happening underneath. You could see what was happening underneath the surface. And that was really frustrating you. That was what was giving you all of these headaches. The burden and the problem was bad enough, but what was even worse than that was that this person wasn't really stepping up. That's what I'm seeing. And it wasn't just that, it was that the emotions behind them not doing that. You feeling like, if this person truly cared about me, they would want to help me. That's the kind of feeling I'm getting around that, if that makes sense. So the next card you have for your past is the Ten of Cups. So this is a beautiful, beautiful card, obviously. I think you do have someone, you did at this time and you do still now, you have someone in your family who you can share all these problems with, and I think you have been doing that. This is someone who's physically far away from you, I think, but I think this is someone who you talk to all the time, maybe even daily, and they've been able to help you emotionally just by listening to you. They're a really good listener, they care about you, they want to help you. They offer to help as well, but they're only very limited as to what they can do to help you, because they're actually physically far away from you. So what you really need is help that this person can't give you. Then you need this practical help. You need this physical support. And this person who is speaking to you, this family member who's far away from you, obviously can't give you that because they're far away. They do what they can, but they're not physically there with you. So this person, this person who wasn't stepping up is someone who, I don't know if this is someone who you're in a relationship with. If this person who isn't stepping up is someone who you are actually in a relationship with, there is a disconnect between you. Now, there's a disconnect between the way you both see things. Now, I do think this can be improved. You can reach a similar state to what's on this card, this beautiful, beautiful card. But I think they might be someone, I hope this is going to make sense to you. They might be someone who only sees importance in what's on the surface, appearances, how things look to other people, all of that kind of thing. Now, they might not be totally like that, just around some things, just enough to make a big difference between the two of you. Now, where you are, you value real things, real conversations, real emotions, and you're right about that. You're totally right to value those things, because that's where the value is. Because where I'm seeing that is, I'm just looking at the rainbow on this card, and it makes me think of that saying, there's a pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. Now, where the gold is, where the value is, it's beneath the surface, beneath the earth. That's where the miners mine for the gold, beneath the surface. So you see the value of what's beneath the surface, what you do for people and with people that might not be seen it might not be a thing that's a big show, but it's something of value that's done behind the scenes for someone. And that's where you see the value. And you're correct. You are correct. So yeah, if this is resonating with you, I'm getting a really strong feeling that this can definitely be reconciled. So I think if you communicate about this and keep communicating about this, it might help if you talk about this somewhere that's physically outside of where all this stress is. So what I mean by that is, for example, if the stress is in your home, try to be somewhere outside of that to have this talk, in a cafe, in the park, somewhere else. To get away from the kind of source of the stress, especially if this is something like if you have, children or crying babies. If you can do this, make sure you can get someone else to take care of them for that time while you're away having that talk, if that's what the source of the stress is. If it's something around money or work, get away from where that is just for the meantime, just so you can have a talk somewhere else, in a kind of a neutral place, a stress-free place. I am seeing a positive agreement. I am seeing eventual harmony between you, eventual harmony, I'm trying to say, because this is obviously a really, really positive card. So, I think this definitely can be sorted out. I think it can. It's just going to take a lot of time and patience. That's what I'm seeing. So the last card you have your past is Justice. Yes, so this can be the karma card. So it's not always the karma card, and I actually don't like when I see things like this. I know I laughed, but yeah, I was just seeing what was happening. But yeah, I'll tell you what I'm seeing. So there's someone from your past. I'm seeing them in this card, and this is an ex, I think. Now, you don't see them all the time, or even ever, which is probably a good thing. But I think you might hear about them through other people. Not all the time, just sometimes. I don't know if you have children with this person, or if you have mutual friends that you're still friends with, that were friends with this person as well. But there's information that gets passed on, so they are on your mind sometimes when this information's passed on. So I think this person treated you quite badly, actually. I'm actually seeing a lot of people surrounding one person. So it might be that when you separated, they had some other people gang up on you, maybe family members. And what I'm feeling around this is that when you separated, they felt that you were out of their control, and they didn't like that. They wanted you back into their control. And they couldn't do that when you decided to finally leave. That's what I'm seeing happening around that. But now I think you're the free one, but they might be in a relationship, they probably are, where they're surrounded by someone who is a bit bossy and domineering, even more than that, I think, more than a bit. Very, very bossy, very domineering. They don't have much control over things at all. They probably don't have much control over their life. That's what I'm seeing happening here. So, they've probably always been a sort of a very vibrant, go-getting kind of a person, but now for some reason they're too tired for all that. They're just too tired. I think they're too tired to get out of this, and they're too tired to change anything. They're just too tired. I think this person probably wears them out, actually. So I shouldn't laugh because, I'm just laughing because they're an ex. I shouldn't. So yeah, it's a bit strange, actually. I don't like seeing this happening to anyone, but it is a karmic situation because they wanted to control you, but now they're out of control of themselves and their life. So what I think they're doing is they're just trying to settle for an easy life, but it doesn't sound very easy to me. It sounds the opposite, but that's what's happening with them. That's what I'm seeing. So the first card you have here present is the Nine of Cups. So yeah, you have a few of these people's energies around you, people who want to appear to be one way on the surface, but underneath it's a different story. Again, I'm seeing this person in the Ten of Cups. You do care about this person. You really, really do. And I don't think they're totally shallow. I don't think that's what it is. But I think they just see things in a different way to the way you see them. Again, look at these golden cups. They're sitting on top of this curtain, and you know, the curtain's covering who knows what. You don't know what's under there. Now, you know that the important things are beneath the surface. Again, that's where the gold is, not on top of this curtain. The real gold is in the earth. Earth is what is real, down to earth. That's where the gold is, what is under the surface. So I'm also seeing that when you have these conversations with this person in the Ten of Cups, the outcome is definitely going to be positive. I keep on seeing that, but you're going to have to keep on telling them that. You're going to have to keep on letting them see that what's important to you is what's under the surface, not a great big show, not a huge, great, big, enormous show, not going on Instagram going, oh, I love them so much, they're amazing, then behind the scenes it's different. I'm not saying that's what they're doing, but that's what I mean by a kind of a show-off kind of thing. You don't want that. You want real. You want what's real. That's what I'm seeing. You want down to earth, real help, real love, real everything. Now, yeah, but again, the outcome is going to be positive. Just going to have to keep on telling them that, because this is the wish card as well, and so it's going to happen, but it's going to take a bit of work before you're actually able to see a breakthrough with them, I think. Again, I'm just looking at this man, and he looks like he has, well, he does have his arms folded, and you know, when someone has their arms folded, they can be a bit resistant, especially in conversation, so they might resist a few times. That's why I'm seeing you having to go back and keep on kind of telling them the same thing quite a lot, explaining it over and over again. So yeah, be as patient as you can. I'm not seeing arguments, I'm not seeing fights or anything like serious like that, but it is going to take time before they see things in your way. But I think they will. I think it will happen. I am seeing a positive result. I keep on seeing that. So the next card you have for your present is the Five of Wands. So yeah, I think there's still a lot of stress in your mind around this big burden that you have, this thing you're shouldering. So they still haven't understood what you're trying to tell them yet. I'm seeing you're still shouldering most of this stress at this time. It is going to come to an end. I keep on seeing that. So I just wanted to keep on telling you that, reminding you of that if you're still going through this right now. I'm still feeling this great big energy drain though, because you still have this big thing around you, on top of you actually. So this kind of mental fog that comes with this stress might actually be stopping you from finding things, little things. You might be losing things, your keys, whatever else, things that you need. You know, and sometimes when I see this card, it looks a little bit like one of those hidden object puzzles, you know, where you have to find something. So yes, you might be losing things or not be able to find them, going backwards and forwards out of the house, and then you're like, oh, I forgot my keys, you go back in and out again, oh, now I forgot that kind of thing going on. You might also have a lot of different appointments that you keep on having to keep track of, maybe even several in one day. Now, yeah, I'm just seeing appointments listed in a phone or written down somewhere. So if this is resonating with you, just check the dates, check the times, make sure they're correct, because I think something might have been written down wrongly or keyed in wrongly or something like that. Don't panic. Don't panic. Nothing disastrous is going to happen, but you do need to check something. So just recheck all the times and the dates and everything like that. You might have doubled up, or you might have forgotten a time or something. So the last card you have here present is the Fool. So I love this card too. So I think you might have, yeah, okay, I'm seeing something difficult in this. I think you might have fallen out with someone, or maybe you lost contact with someone. I don't think you had a big argument with them. Again, I don't see you ever having big falling outs with people because I don't think it's in your nature to do that. I think this person might be a little bit impulsive. This isn't a love connection. I'm not seeing that at all. You weren't connected in that way, but you were very, very close to them. You were very close to this person. I think for a long time you were probably wondering why they'd left. I don't know if they'd even given you an explanation. I'm getting the feeling that, they didn't deliberately ghost you or disappear or anything like that, but I'm not even picking up on any bad feelings around this, but this has been a mystery to you for a while. I think you've wondered, why did they do this? Why has this happened? I'm actually seeing them coming back into contact with you again, and I think this is going to really surprise you. They're impulsive, they're spontaneous, they do these kind of spontaneous things, but whether you'll want to connect with them again, I don't know, because no matter what their personality is, they didn't treat you well, and they should have at least told you what they were doing. That's the common decent thing to do, really, but they didn't do that. So if it were me, I'd have my barriers up, because I think this person who's, I think they're a bit easy come, easy go, and someone who's like that can easy come and easy go again. They might come back in and then rush back out again. There's always the risk of that around them, I think. That's just me. So, yeah, the first card you have for your future is the 8 of Cups. So, yeah, I'm seeing a similar thing here. Again, this man looks as if he's walking away, but he looks to me as if he's walking around this hill and he's coming back around again. I actually think this might be a family member, and I think a lot of people have been missing them, and a lot of people have been wondering what happened to them, not just you. A lot of people were very emotional about them leaving, I think, because I'm looking at this Wall of Cups and I'm seeing a group of people, a group of very emotional people, because they're cups, standing in one place and watching this person leave. Now, when they come back, there are going to be a lot of mixed emotions around this person returning. I'm also seeing them bringing a few problems back with them. I think they might have even got themselves into some kind of trouble, maybe. So they're coming back and they're kind of feeling a little bit down, a bit ashamed of their return. They're happy to return, but there's a lot of mixed emotion around this from everyone, from them and from family and everyone else. That's what I'm seeing now. So the next card you have for your future is the 6 of Pentacles. So yeah, they might actually be back because they've gotten themselves into some financial problems. I think they might have partly stayed away from everyone for too long, for a lot longer than they should have, because they probably felt some kind of shame around this. And I think they might have, I think they stayed away in the hope that they were able to get themselves together before they could come back, and come back in a kind of more triumphant way, but they weren't able to do that. And yeah, I think they'll get the help they need. I think some family will help them. I think there's a lot of mixture around this. I think some family will think, yes, we should help them. Some other people are going to say no. They're going to talk a lot about this. There's going to be a lot of talk, even some gossip around this person, which I don't like, but yeah, that's how it is. Yeah, I think someone's going to help them, and I think you might be looking at this person helping them and looking at this. I think they're going to help them financially, and you might be you might feel like questioning this. It's like, why are they giving them all of that? Why are they doing that? I don't think you're going to say anything. If this is all resonating, you're probably just going to keep your feelings to yourself. But yeah, I'm getting a lot of mixed feelings around this coming from you and from other people as well. There's a lot of confusion, not confusion, but there's a lot of like, oh, it's good to have them back, but something's not quite right about it. I'm struggling and they're being given money, all of that kind of stuff going on around that. That's what I'm seeing. The last card you have for your future is the Emperor. So yeah, I think this is about you. I think this is about you not being moved, not being swayed away from what you believe in or what you believe you should do. Now, I know this is specific, but I'm seeing this very, very clearly. If other people want to help this person financially, this person who's come back, that's absolutely fine. Of course, they can do whatever they like. but you do what's right for you. Don't feel pressured into doing anything that feels wrong to you. Now, you might want to help them, and people might be telling you not to help them, might be that, or you might not want to help them and you might have people telling you to help them. Now, make sure whatever you decide to do, this is your decision, because I'm feeling pressure around this. I'm not sure where this is coming from. It might be coming from some family members, not all, because there's a division, I think, between different beliefs and what people should do, or it might be coming from the actual person themselves. But there is pressure around you, and I think it's sort of surrounding you, so it might be coming from more than one direction. Yeah, definitely family pressure, I'm seeing that. So if this is resonating, be polite, of course. I know the Emperor isn't always the most polite person on earth, but stand your ground, be polite, but be firm. And most of all, do what you want. You do what you want around this. So Virgo, I hope this resonated, but as you know, general readings can't always resonate with everyone. But again, if you like this reading, please like, please subscribe, please leave a comment if you would like to, and thank you so much for watching.